Hey everybody, it's Emily at Art Schooling, and welcome back to another episode of Homeschool Tidbits. Welcome to Build Your Library's Homeschool Tidbits. Today we're doing episode 21, Rabbit Trails and Side Quests. Strike while the iron is hot. In this weekly video series, I'll delve briefly into a topic related to homeschooling, and I'll share some of my knowledge and expertise as a longtime homeschooling mother of 4 children, 3 of whom have graduated and 1 is a brand new college graduate. 2 roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. It's that time of year when many of us are working on our plans for the new school year ahead. We come up with a great lesson plan. Then 6 weeks into the school year, your children have a question that leaves you with 2 paths. Do you stick with your well-laid plans, or do you take the other path? The side quest, if you will, that will give them the opportunity to follow their question to a potential passion. If your gut is telling you to stick with your lesson plans, I want you to hear me out. Arguably, one of the greatest benefits of homeschooling is its flexibility. We can give our children time to learn at their own pace, but also time to dig deeper into their questions and their passions. When they ask us a question and we redirect them to their current studies, we're telling them that their questions aren't as important as what we have planned for them. Now, I'm not saying throw out your lesson plans entirely and follow their every whim. Yes, some people do that, but I am not an unschooler, so that is not what we're going to talk about today. Instead, I'm going to offer you a compromise that will give you the best of both worlds. And that is what made all the difference. Because we follow Charlotte Mason's idea of short lessons, our school days generally end around 1 p.m. This leaves us with an entire afternoon of open-ended free time. When my kids ask a question and I know it's going to require more than a quick answer, I'll jot it down in a notebook and I'll try to leave space in our day for us to circle back to those questions. Sometimes it leads us to look at resources we already have on our shelves. Other times we might fall down a Google rabbit hole and we'll end up watching some videos and exploring some websites all afternoon. Perhaps we'll even make a trip to our local public library. Occasionally, a unit study is in order. If your child has a passion, something they just cannot let go of, I think it's our duty as their teacher and mentor to help them to explore that. Maybe that means pausing our lessons to focus on this unit study, and perhaps it requires some outside resources like a field trip, or maybe even talking to somebody in a professional field. Yes, we might have to set aside our well-laid plans for a week or 3, but we need to strike when the iron is hot. When one of my twins stumbled onto a book about the Titanic at our local library when he was about 8, it led us down a rabbit trail. It involved more reading, watching parts of the movie, building a Pinewood Derby car that looked like the Titanic, all of which fulfilled his need for more information. When my youngest was around the same age, she became obsessed with Hamilton. We listened to the musical, we read about Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, we learned quite a lot about the Revolutionary War. Both of these examples were completely child-led, with me there for guidance. It was less about me structuring whole lessons for them and more about helping them to find answers to their questions. I see myself more as a mentor here, someone they can come to when they want to know more about something or have a question that they just don't know how to find the answer on their own. When we take the time to explore their questions, we're showing our children that their thoughts are important, that having questions is not a nuisance, but a huge element of learning. We're encouraging them to take the lead in their own education. So we want to take the time to explore with them. We facilitate the learning as partners, rather than dominating their learning as teachers. Do these side quests get in the way of our perfectly planned lessons? Sometimes. But I promise, following their passions and showing them how to answer their questions is always worth it. If you found this video helpful, I hope you'll check out Build Your Library curriculum. Build Your Library is a secular, literature-rich homeschool curriculum inspired by Charlotte Mason's philosophy of education. Based on nearly 20 years of homeschooling, I created the curriculum that I wished I'd had when I started homeschooling my children. I've spent thousands of hours cultivating the best literature to enhance your child's studies. Our lesson plans make homeschooling simple. Just open the lesson plans, gather your books, and go. Our easy-to-use lesson plans include everything you need to homeschool. Just add math. Choose from our full-year K-12 levels, as well as our fun topical unit studies and our newest product, Lit Bites. With Build Your Library, you will cultivate a home library filled with captivating literature and raise children who become lifelong learners. So snuggle up with our lesson plans and a good book or three and have your best homeschool year ever. I hope you found this tidbit to be helpful. Let me know down below in the comments, what is your latest rabbit trail that your children have taken you on? Come back next week for more homeschool inspiration. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.